Because I'm supposed to be a servant, not supposed to be doing what I want to do. All right, so Kyle, we just met.
Yes.
You saw my Indian
I did.
torque or squash blossom.
A good piece.
Yeah, and I asked you if you were president, what was the first thing you would do?
I said I would resign immediately.
Why is that? Go ahead.
Because you have a ton of power. Well, no, everyone thinks you have power, but you don't. And you're in a broken political system. I know that's a bit cynical, but
Right.
I mean, what can you do?
That's a good question. Do you know, have you heard of Article 5 of the Constitution?
I've heard of it, can't tell you anything about it.
All right. Conventionofstates.com.
Okay.
About 1 million people are there, and they've had enough. And they said, it was on Facebook, back in the 1700s when we created Congress in the first place,
Right.
we did it through the Constitution of the United States. The 13 states said, we all have our own rules,
Okay.
but we need to handle between states shipping. Who's going to make that body of laws?
Okay.
So we just created this federal entity to handle that only. And we said, wait a second, before we do that, if they get drunk with power, we got to be able to take it back without having a fight like we did against Britain.
Right.
So they created Article 5 of the Constitution, the 5th article. It would not have been ratified if not for George Mason standing up and saying, we need to put this in here, that the states that are now creating Washington can take it back. All we have to do is get 2/3 of the states together to say they want a convention of states.
This is never happening.
Guess what?
What?
31 states already have filed legislation for it.
Oh, God, it's going to be a mess. I don't know if I want to get involved in this.
But you should check it out. Here's the deal. Everybody thinks that,
right.
but it's going to take 3/4 of the states to change, to make any change. So
Right.
every state that has a representative, there's going to be like one representative for each state.
Okay.
They have to all agree. 3/4 of them, almost all these states have to say, yes, we want this one change.
Okay.
We created it. We're not going to do something that's going to destroy this Constitution,
Right.
but we're going to do something that's going to fix what's going on in Congress. What do you think of that?
Nice.
Then you would have the power to do what you want, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I'm just a cynic.
Okay, so say you did have ultimate control
Right.
to get what the people wanted. What would it be?
I don't know. I'm not a good leader.
Okay.
Although I do, have you heard of Bernie Sanders?
I did.
I'm a big Bernie Sanders fan.
I love his messages.
I don't know. See, I'm not really too much of a political person.
Okay.
As far as social issues go, you know, that's really what I care about.
Okay.
Everything else, I feel, I don't know what we can do, you know?
All right, well, what would you do in the social issues?
Social issues, I think, you know, number one thing, I think obviously, I think gay marriage should be legal everywhere.
Okay.
I'm also a big proponent of cops wearing cameras at all times.
Yeah, I
There's
concur.
pretty much an institutionalized racism in this country.
Mm-hmm.
I think the drug war is unnecessary.
Right.
You know,
How old are you, Kyle, if you don't mind me
I'm
asking?
25.
25. Wow, you know a lot.
I don't.
Well, it seems like you know what needs to change.
Well, I wear a name tag for a reason.
What is that reason?
I don't know. I just don't apply myself. I'd probably do the same thing as president. I'd just be a lazy president.
Well, let me ask you a favor.
Uh-huh.
Would you tell your buddies in other states or wherever they may be to go check out conventionofstates.com
Okay.
and do whatever they can do? All we're doing is asking people to email their state legislatures or call them and read a script that says, hey, we want you to pass the Convention of States legislation.
Okay.
Put it on the floor, pass it, and then we can fix this country.
Okay.
Deal?
Sure.
Thanks, man.
See
Appreciate
how
it.
it goes.
All right. Appreciate it. Have a great day.
Absolutely, buddy.
Bye.